SF5 going aggressively onto the red buff.
Right, so
it's just going to be a trade, it seems.
Right, yeah, this is like what you mentioned. So we do have HKA just snooping around SF5's jungle here, but they will be spotted out by this ward that has been placed earlier by A.
Wow, that's a huge amount of ping coming down.
Right, so I'm going to see actually SF5 committing to a level 1 cheese strategy. Not
They aren't going to pick the cheese. They have been spotted by a ward though. Spear comes in. SF5 is aware that they are aware of their position. Wow, there's a huge tongue twister there.
So this is the third time that we have seen Fresh in the games today. So let's see.
Flavor of the month for sure.
The flavor of the month, man. And you know, despite the various changes that kicked in for Fresh, I still think that he's a pretty good champion to have in your team just because of the overall kit that you have.
Yeah, well, you can see Thresh is pretty fresh.
No, okay, you can put it in this way as well. Fresh is not trash. Fresh is not fresh.
Yeah, that's true. That works as well. But it seems instead of the trade that we predicted, both of the teams are just gonna go for a very standard jungle opening. Zac, interestingly, is gonna go over to the mid lane instead of Gragas. Gragas gonna hit the top. Probably wanna have that body slam to get out of Javan's gangs.
Right, and
virtually impossible to secure a kill onto him.
And some interesting movements coming in from SF5 as well. They have decided to go for that 1-2-1 formation, you know, sending their solo laners into the side lanes and having the bottom duel of Augustus. Is it Augustus? Yeah, Augustus and Egg in the mid lane. You know, the last time I saw this, it was coming in from the Taipei Snipers who
very long ago.
Yeah, it was quite some time ago that, you know, we've seen some famous teams that have made it happen is back then known as Moscow Fire, Gambit Gaming, and SF5 as well. So this strategy kind of, you know, opens up some options for your team in the sense, because you can have your support player roam around.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting choice because Nidalee in the early game is pretty weak.
That's right.
So if you can zone her out of minion waves and push her to the turret, she might actually have some problem CSing.
That's right. So it's gonna be up to Egg to make the plays here today. So you kind of have, in a sense now you have two roamers. One is gonna be in the form of Elise being played by Saigon, and the other one is gonna be Thresh being played by Egg. So if he makes an early game, you know, good early game play, then he will definitely snowball SF5 ahead.
Yeah, one nice poke coming in from Egg would have the potential to snowball Augustus and probably put Pasa way behind in the game.
Right, so HKA realizing what this potentially could mean for them, going far aggressive and, you know, going real head on against SF5 here. Actually, we do see Mystic getting camped out by Stalkang here. Will he choose to go in for this?
Stalkang indeed.
Stalkang.
Tony here, gonna get feared. No problem at all. Just gonna pick up his body parts and regenerate back.
Body parts. Yeah. And I like what this bottom lane duo of HKA is doing, because like we said earlier, there's so much potential coming in from this 1-to-1 with the support roaming around as well. So they have to kind of take out that bottom turret as soon as they can. If they are able to do that, then it kind of just negates away this strategy. And actually, we do see Stalkang going in onto Mystic Q right there. So takes a huge chunk of his HP.
Surprisingly, don't commit anymore. I think because Javan was spotted there.
Yeah.
Deciding to play it safe and back out. SF5 in the mid lane, happily shoving away. Pasa is not happy.
Yeah, but
yes, only at 14 CS.
Right, but this bottom lane duo of perhaps an End God as well, just putting a lot of pressure onto the sidelines of SF5 there, and rightfully so as well, because the main strength of a Fiddlestick support is you can fear the opponent under their turret and then let your marksman land a few good shots onto the turret, and in that sense you kind of just, you know, have this overall, this really good sieging potential for the bottom lane.
They're not gonna like I overexcited that event. He was just stepping on gloves. I made it sound like a kill.
Right, so this time around we do see Fi, the jungler for HKA, coming to the aid of Pasa here. And actually we do see Goni jumping onto perhaps here. Now this time, is it gonna be trouble for them? Now perhaps still
perhaps is definitely
perhaps it's gonna be first blood for them.
Oh
and no, barely. No, actually it was quite far wide.
Yeah, that's actually a good juke there by N-God. If he actually ran straight, he would have been caught. But this is a pro player game. No such thing is gonna happen.
Right, so this is the threat that we were talking about, having a support roam around and having Style Count to move as a dominant force as well. So these two guys, they are gonna be creating pressure on the side lanes to make sure that they are able to come in with the advantage when we go into the team fight phase. Actually, we do see A catching Pasa as well with the death sentence, locking him into place. Now the exhaust gets popped, but Pasa will be able to get out into safety with the flash.
And I think they have to do that more often, because once Nidalee hits level 6, it will be quite a pain to take her down. That Cougar form.
Right, so
it's gonna be really tough to chase with her jumping here, there, and everywhere. And God here desperate to down the turret. Just 2 more hits to do the trick tree.
Right, but he's taking a lot of damage coming in from Goldie here. And Let's Ball gets leveled just in time. Will the barrel be able to save him? No, it doesn't. So Goldie picks up a kill for himself.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't use the barrier there. He was definitely gonna go down. He does not have his flash up. He does have his flash up. He actually saved his flash.
Oh, and Pasa now getting caught out of position, and Stalkang secures a kill. So SF5 looking so solid into this early game, 3-0, but currently they are only sitting at a 500 gold advantage.
Yeah, but you have to understand, looking at the kill-death ratio coming in from HKA, they don't exactly have the best KDA, but despite that, they still are able to win games.
That's right, and that's primarily because the goal discrepancy coming in between Goni and Mystic Q up in the top lane is kind of showing it. And actually, it was thinking about going in for it with the death sentence, and the cocoon landing onto Fi there just stops the aggressive movement from HKA there.
Style points coming in for Style Kang.
Right, so
gonna retreat back to base.
Perhaps
it's gonna. Yep, he is gonna. Perhaps I will go back.
Perhaps not.
Perhaps not.
Yeah.
His name just opens up for a world of puns.
Oh gosh. And now it's gonna be up to SF5, like we were mentioning earlier. They have to hang on to this early game lead.
Oh, and no, perhaps there. He only failed that because his name wasn't Perhaps.
So this time, HK in a bit of trouble. 8 minutes in, they are down by about 1,000 goals. So they probably want to start, re-looking at some of these strategies here. But nevertheless, they do have that 1 turret advantage, so it's not too detrimental on their side.
Yeah, Corky did pay for his life for that.
Right, I'm looking at Pasa's movement now. Is he gonna try to take away that?
Oh, we might see that. Gragas doing. Oh, that was a close one. TQ was waiting for the final hit.
I think he kind of just smelled that Cougar a mile away.
Yeah.
Cougar alert.
Cougars love to drink. And Gragas is a beer smeller.
Nice try.
Nice try.
So TQ now in a whole world of trouble as Fi drops the Cataclysm and Mystic just secures the kill with that final pick of Ignite there. So that blue buff just quickly being transferred over to HKA there.
Tower here not being very happy. Oh no, they are just gonna proxy this a little bit and probably continue their siege onto the top lane, but in exchange we do see a 3-man rotation of HKA going into the mid lane.
Right, so I like their decision here.
Whoa, that's fear.
Yeah, so they took out the bottom turret real quickly, so in order to negate this 1-2-1 strategy, and the flash hook comes around, not really hitting anyone just of yet.
Yeah, and got
quickly predicting the movements of 8 there, dodging out the death sentence.
Yeah, but looking at the composition, HK is going for a very poke composition kind of build. You can just see a Nidalee and the Corky constantly spamming their fire.
Oh, Goni now going in with the slingshot, but instantly terrified to keep him out of place, and A taking a whole chunk of damage from the javelin toss. Will Pasa be able to follow up onto that?
Yeah.
Once again, one more javelin toss, and that's the danger of having that Nidalee mid lane with that high amount of HP, and having that British Codex completed already, so extra cooldown, extra AP, and no fear of having no mana at all because of the blue buff.
Perhaps has tons. Oh, there we go. The snare goes down, and God here is gonna take a lot of damage. Goni is in quite a risky position, and God here trying to get away. Nope, does not escape. Does not have his flash down.
And perhaps with the Crow Storm onto Goni here, will they be able to secure that one kill onto...
Oh, the pain train comes in. Augustine and Style Kang is gonna...
Oh,
what a spear coming in.
Prediction coming in from Passer here. Excellent timing as well, just catching that last position of Goni there.
Ow. Oh, there we go. The spiders being the good self-sacrificers there. Gonna tank.
Yeah, just gonna soak it up for their
Mama.
Yeah, mother spider.
Mama is proud of
the spider queen here.
Yeah,
so
she's gonna run away now.
Right, so SF5, even though they did
What
lose,
is she whacking?
I don't know, it must be the spectator bug.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, we have seen that a couple of times before, you know, where the blue buff just appears out of thin air.
and the invisible dragon. That too must not forget that one.
Oh, the death sentence.
Onto a minion, definitely looking to damage the minion a little bit.
Right, so you have to give props to HKA here. So even though they are 3 kills behind, but you know, having that turret advantage just, you know, keep themselves level in this game. So it's only, you know, 400 gold apart for both teams now. 11 minutes in, so it could still swing anyone's way.
Yep, Mystic's gonna just shove out the top lane. And talking about HK, as pointing out my previous point, they don't exactly have the best KDA, but their map control is very, very solid.
Right, it's more like they are just interested in the structures and the dragons and the barons as well, but they don't really want to kill people. They are a peace-loving bunch of people. They don't want to kill people. They just want to focus on the game.
They are peace-loving people who loves to destroy buildings. And there we go, push onto the mid lane. They will be looking to destroy yet another building here. That turret is not looking happy.
It does look like, well, they actually, yeah, they do secure that last finishing hit. And Mystic Q now. Yeah, Mystic Q actually.
Yeah, don't want to fight the Shyvana. Her dueling capabilities are just so strong.
And you know, she already has that Bilgewater Cutlass completed. So, and having that 50 CS goal lead over Goni as well. Well, that's primarily because of the fact that Goni has been roaming around the map quite a bit, showing his presence, securing the kills, but you know, leaving Mr. Q to just you know, farm by himself and having this goal, hogging that goal to himself.
Yep. Oh, we might see a contest here. Egg deciding to back off. Style Kang as well.
I like the way you pronounce his name, Style Kang.
It's kind of like a reminiscence of Dynasty Warrior. Jubelion. Jubelion.
Right, so we are going into a replay. For those who missed it, this is probably the spear of the match, man.
Yeah, it's like Augustus. What an evil guy. Not gonna block the spear for him.
Yeah, so because of that, Goni paid for his life there. Now SF5, they are looking to, you know, once again pull their goal lead ahead as they take out their dragon. So right now, still only small 200, so 300 gold being set aside for both teams.
I think Mystic Q might actually be conventionally an Ezreal player.
But what makes you think so, man?
Mystic, and it's a Q. Mystic shot is on Q.
Oh gosh.
That wasn't meant to be a joke, by the way. That was just an observation.
Right, so you know, at the same time that you're making the joke, Mr. Q actually you know, just stole away that blue buff away from SF5 there. So
good stuff, good stuff.
Right, so once again we are not gonna have that blue buff go over to TQ there with Flame Dragons. And you know, that's the thing about this mana dependent and cooldown dependent champions. If you are able to take that also important blue buff away from them, you kind of cripple their maximum potential.
Yep. Definitely blue buff is what makes AP carry so scary, that I think pretty much infinite mana along with the 20% cooldown reduction is just huge for our carries, man.
That's right, so this look like HKA, even though they are behind on kills, still it will look like they will have this commanding lead over SF5 at this point of time, just because of that amount of gold difference coming in from Mr. Q and Goni at this point of time.
But the current commanding lead that they have is a negative 100 gold difference.
Commanding lead in the sense that, you know, they could, if they choose to go in for the you know, the right calls, then they can.
But I think overall, you are right. HKA does have the strength in the late game. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we
Wow.
go. With that flash, I think.
Yeah, as I was talking about late game, SF5 here looking to secure their early game lead.
That's right. So style Kang, not too much of a,
Not too stylish.
yeah, not too stylish.
No
you know,
style
going in-
points for that one.
Yeah, so going in with the flash, but the cocoon didn't actually land on anyone yet. So, okay, the reason why I say HKA is kind of in the lead now is primarily because they have the turret advantage in that sense, and at this point of time, it's quite difficult for Goni to fend off this constant pushing aggression coming in from Mystic Q here.
Oh, we can see Thresh in a very compromising position. Gonna join up with his green brother.
His green brother.
Yeah.
So this time around, we do see HK, and you know, having that early oracles as well, and having that turret advantage just means that they can go in further ahead to make more aggressive plays. Right.
Oh, Goni gonna once again lose his body parts.
So if the blobs is his body parts, then you know when the opponent steps onto it, so what do you call it? Slowly.
Now, I wanted to say Fiddlestick's feet is very sticky right now because he has stepped on countless number of globs already.
Right, and you know, just makes us wonder if when the opposing team steps on the blob, why don't they get stuck to the blob and get stuck on
Yeah,
the ground?
there should be a 10% slow every time you step on the blob.
We have certainly made a lot of suggestions here today, but I don't know,
Riot
just our 2 cents worth, you know.
I think it's more than 2 cents if Riot Games can make money off of this. This is
So right now, SF5 still getting constantly harassed and getting shot against.
Oh, there we go. Aggression coming in from Goni, dealing exactly 0 damage to the Shyvana in that trade.
Right. That's primarily because, you know, having that Blade of the Roaring King completed already.
Yep.
So he will be able to regen up his missing health as soon as he can.
Every time Zack does his elastic slingshot and just stays there, it's kind of like a Mexican standoff.
Oh, Mexican standoff?
Yeah, come at me, bro. No, come at me, bro. No.
It's more like every time he fires off that stretching shot, I don't know, man, it just looks so... I kind of just smile a little bit because of how cute he is. The stretching shot.
Oh, there we go. Mystic Q is not gonna
Yeah, speaking of
get hit
stretching
by
shot,
anything.
speaking of stretching shots, that didn't really quite hit the mark.
Yeah.
So Angor now alone by himself down at this block. They're not too concerned, and that's primarily because, like we were mentioning earlier, that you know, having that turret and having that vision advantage will just allow HKA to kind of just move around the map more efficiently.
Because if Fiddlesticks has done a decent job of warding, not real. Oh, there we go. Quite a good ward coverage there coming in for the bottom side, and that is why God is so confident in actually pushing it out all the way into the enemy second tier turret.
Right, so we do see HKA now slowly building that goal lead for themselves. So right now it is dead even 18 minutes 30 seconds in.
It just turned 100 goals. QQ at the top lane, gonna get poked by Mystic Q. He does have quite a lot of magic resist. Gragas does not have too many items yet, but Mystic Q here gonna get aggressed upon.
Oh, that explosive! Oh, what a use of that dragon form to dodge away from the slingshot. But Mystic Q finds himself in a lot of trouble. Fight is backing him out onto this one. Will Goni secure the last kill, and no, Cataclysm just stops Goni in his tracks. Now Stalcom joins in with the frame with the grapple, and the cocoon doesn't land. It does look like Fight will be able to escape out of that one.
Wow, what great map awareness there coming in from the Elise, dodging the spear.
Oh, perhaps now getting caught out by Egg there, but with that quick flash just moving out of that one, but Stalcom locks him in place with the cocoon, so you know, they trade that blue buff for a kill.
Yeah, still, this trade doesn't really spell too much for the game because there's only a support who got taken out, and blue won't exactly do much this phase unless HK decides to push where the poke comp with the blue buff can finally do its work.
Right, so I like what HKA is doing particularly in this match, constantly denying that away from, constantly denying the blue buff away from the AP carry of SF5 here. So HKA now.
Oh,
Need to go for the dragon.
no.
And no, the rebel not.
Sao Kang
Oh.
is not willing to go into that one. Augustus taking a ton of damage
Right,
from that spear.
and once again, another needly spear. Pain gotta be put out from Pasa here, as he has already completed that death cap.
Yeah, you referred Nidalee spear to getting punched in the crotch.
Not only punched on the crotch, man. It's a progressive movement. You know, at the start it's probably like a slap to your face, and then as he builds up more items, then it becomes more painful. And speaking about pain, Mr. Q getting caught out by 3 members of SF5 here. It's gonna be a war of hurt for him, but he's still pretty much tanky as he takes all the members of SF5 on.
Oh, that was a close one, but I would say that's a very bad use of Dragon's Form there.
Right, you have to give him, but at the same time you have to give him some effort points though. He did take out the 3 members that, you know, that was constantly chasing onto him to about half health.
And giving HKA the opportunity to down the mid lane because of that. So overall, interesting move there.
Hashtag all worth.
Yeah, that's why. Hashtag worth. It's only
hashtag-
worth. It's only worth if you say it's worth.
Yeah. Hashtag dragon swag, man.
Oh, enough with this keen lameness. We are but men.
So this time around we do see
Oh, no.
oh, not too much. Yeah, so I was saying needly spears, they are progressively painful. So you know, at the start it's probably like a slap to your face, but you know, as he builds up as needly builds up more items, then you know it gets more and more painful. So at the start it's probably like a punch to your crotch. And after that it's gonna be
It starts off with a punch to the crotch.
yeah, punch to your crotch. Then as you finish up more AP items, then it's
It's a twist to your crotch.
no, having a high heel shoe just kick into that sensitive area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
High
gonna hurt
heels,
so
man.
much, man.
Soft
High heels,
boots.
man. Oh gosh. And actually, taking some damage onto Baron. I don't know, man. I think some of the viewers might start to feel the pain now.
Yeah, it's gonna be painful in a little bit. Mystic Q gonna pull off some mystical stuff here.
Mystical
Get
stuff.
auto attack.
Oh, the cocoon landing onto Mr. Q. The death sentence not quite following up onto that one, but this time around, Mr. Q he will be finished off by Stalkang there.
Oh, but they might trade this off for a bottom lane turret here. A lot of the minion wave is building up at the bottom side. Pasa.
And Goni now jumping onto. Oh, what a great flag spear combo, just keeping Goni into place. And the flash just, comes right back into time for him to flash out of the explosive stuff. And like you were mentioning, and God, and perhaps now shoving really strongly onto this bottom lane turret and eventually taking that down for themselves.
They don't exactly have that good ward coverage. Now they do. After the 2 wards is planted down by Fiddlesticks, they are going to retreat away from this. But I do think that SF5 does have a chance of catching up.
Right, they do have that 5 kill lead for themselves. So individually, as the different players, they do have that goal advantage. But they are losing this global objectives very, very quickly. They have to do something about that.
Pasa here, once again going to recall back to base.
Right, maybe just adding on more metal studs to that already painful high heal.
Oh man, the stud just turned into a staff, man.
Oh gosh. So let's wait and see. Okay, let's wait and see how much damage that javelin toss is just gonna.
Let's just see her AP right now.
Yeah, if you look at it right now, it's 400,
and the spear does. No, we can't see it yet until she changes out, which won't be soon. She will be in cat form all the way until she reaches her destination.
Right. Well, it makes it more fun. Now it's a wildcard factor. You will only see the damage when it hits on SF5. And now SF5, just looking around, trying to actually maintain control out of this one. But Ucan HKA, knowing that they do have that map presence advantage, taking out the blue buff for themselves, and then making sure that they do have that superior ward coverage, as perhaps looks to take some of that out for himself.
Yeah, superior indeed. Perhaps has the Oracle Elixir there. Gonna walk around and kill them wards.
But you do have to give some effort points to SF5 now. They do have that, this sea of wards actually covering in their perspective. So
it's the Milky Way of wards.
Milky Way of wards.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Milky Way.
Right, so we do have both teams now kind of hovering around the same area. So will we see the first 5v5 break out in this mid lane?
It seems the potential for that which you say to come true in a very little bit. It's both. Ooh, you can see the Green brothers camping around the side. We do see Mr. Q getting caught out. Jarvan gonna go in, but wow.
The Cold Storm actually gets used, but is that the right choice now? Goni getting caught out with that fear there. Explosive cast blocking HKA back. Now Mystic just manning up and going in with that Dragon Form. And the flag spear combo landing onto two members of SF5 there. And a great Cataclysm locking people into place. And now Goni will secure the kill onto will help secure the kill onto Fi there. And this time around, Augustus just goes down to the flame breaths of the dragon there.
And got here, gonna follow up with the chase. Perhaps it's gonna flash over, throw down the fear, and that is definitely Humpty Dumpty for you there.
Humpty Dumpty, he just fell into pieces.
Yeah.
And
literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, Flash breaks up into a million pieces when he dies.
So it looks like HKA now, having the advantage in that skirmish over there, coming ahead with that 3-2 exchange, but in the sense they also take away the bird buff. Sorry, SF5 now, even though they're still hanging on to that kill advantage, slowly losing out to HKA's overall power.
Yeah, I can see most of the gold deficit actually comes from the 2 turrets that they lost. The value is almost exactly the same as the 2 turrets.
Right, I want to point to this man here, Mr. Q. 238 CS, having almost 100 CS advantage over his counterpart Goni. And having those items completed already, the Blade of the Ring King, the Spirit Versace as well, so he will be the one making the advances.
And he is so tanky. In the previous team fight, if you actually notice, he was fighting 1v4 and he took the Elise down to almost no health at all, leaving Jarvan the finishing hits.
Right, so we do see SF5 now. And wow, what a great explosive cast landing onto Pasa there. So all that high heal damage not gonna quite land.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to run with high heals there.
Well, in a sense, we might actually confuse some of the viewers that now that we refer to Nidalee as high heels,
I see what you did there.
Right, so SF5 now making full use. They have to make they have to make progress of that one kill that they secured over Pasa there.
Yeah, and to be honest, I would say SF5 is doing a decent job. Actually, a very good job of playing in this game.
So, who needs bans, man? We can just go in for this. Yeah. And now Goni jumping into the frame, but gets terrified immediately. Now, it does look like Goni will survive with that Dark Passage. So, pulling that back, they will choose to disengage out of this one.
Yep, and they are gonna back up. Mystic Q gonna throw down some pseudo Mystic shots.
That Death Sentence latching onto Mystic Q, but it looks like SF5 said, hey, dude, why do you want to go in? It's not the right time, dude.
Can you think of a champion that is most like Iron Man?
What? Iron Man?
Yeah.
Okay, I got this one. Full Metal Jace. Full Metal Jace.
Do you think if Goni played Full Metal Jace, we could give him a new nickname?
I'm trying to, I don't know, it might be something bad going on. Speaking about something bad, SF5 just got deleted off the map by the combination of perhaps an Engord there, putting a ton of damage. And it does look like HKA will be starting work onto Baron now.
Baron is oh, there we go. They did disengage from the Baron to go onto the re-engage. Goni is so tanky. He is just standing in the backline terrorizing the Corki.
Right, but Goni at the same time just finishing off the job there. Now Engord securing the kill onto Starkang there, but will he chase onto Goni? It does look like they will be happy with the exchange. So it's gonna be up to Fighter.
Oh, what is this? I see there is a ward in the bush and he will get engaged upon Goni. Will be squished here, for sure.
I was not too sure what that slingshot was about. It didn't really put him into a good position, but nice points, brownie points for effort.
Yeah, but I do think that delay doesn't really help much. They are gonna go for Baron now. And I think
there we go, the invisible Baron.
Baron is a flag from Jarvan here.
Right, it looks like Baron has been taking lessons from Eve, or other than or Twitch. Just stopping up.
Oh, nice spear there coming in from Pasa.
Yeah, we can't see the health of Baron Nashor there, but nevertheless, HK takes Baron Nashor uncontested.
Easy peasy.
Right, so despite all this action going on between both teams, it's still relatively equal in terms of goal count. So HKA now finally kind of stretching that goal lead to 2K with that Baron National buff under their belt.
Yeah, that's Baron gives about 2K, so that's the goal advantage that is coming in for HKA. But to be honest, this game is very, very equal.
Yeah.
Not too much of a lead being pulled out by either team. 30 minutes in the game and we still don't have a definitive winner.
That's right, so it's gonna be up to HKA to capitalize on this Baron buff that they have right now.
Oh, we can see that SF5 is determined to take this blue buff away. Oh, but Fiddles does have the Oracle Elixir, so that might be a little bit of a challenge.
Right, so this time around we do see HKA slowly regrouping, trying to make sure that they keep the lanes shoved up before making the next decision, and which is by all means the right decision. You know, you don't want to have those side lanes pressuring yourself, pressuring your own base while you want to go for an important decision.
Yeah, the worst case scenario to have is you are pushing down mid lane, both your other lanes are getting pushed into your base.
Yeah, then you'll start sighing and start to regret, why didn't I push out that side lane?
Yeah, and all you can there you can see the top lane is slowly getting pushed in favor of SF5. I think HK will look to swing over to that in just a bit. They are still going to stick around the mid lane. They do have the Baron buff, so they might be looking to capitalize on it.
Right, so TQ, I think this is the first time, if I'm not wrong, no, second time that he kind of just secured his blue buff.
Yep.
So also important for him, and actually he is, you know, quite strong in his own regard as well. Oh, and the flash that sends his bolt landing, and that one javelin toss just puts him to a half health. SF5 will disengage from there.
I do really hope Goni plays Jace though.
Why?
The full metal.
Yeah. What's your Iron Man joke?
Goni Stark.
Goni Stark. Goni Stark, man. Okay, you know why I say Full Metal Jace is
it kind of looks like Iron Man.
Okay, you know why I say Full Metal Jace is like Iron Man. You know, if you look at it, Full Metal Jace is Iron Man, and is it the Mono Jace is Tony Stark. Oh, look at his attire, dude. Do you feel enlightened now, Darren?
Yes.
Right, so back into this game now.
All the pop culture reference coming in from League of Legends.
So HKA, you know, putting all this pressure onto SF5 now, and rightfully so as well. You know, they have to start making full use of their barrier advantage.
Oh, a lot of wards. Is the ward wars coming in for both teams? Thresh against Fiddlesticks. Goni is gonna jump in, stretching strike.
Oh no, just bouncing on the spot, man. Why not?
Oh no, elastic slingshot. My bad.
Yeah,
misnaming of spells there, but it seems HK is having a little bit of a difficulty pushing in. They do have a Gragas and an Elise to clear out the waves very, very quickly. You can see one casket is enough to clear almost the entire wave. Yeah, and there you go, the entire wave is gone.
Right, so both teams actually playing it rather safely. They don't want to overcommit to the skirmisher, but I would say if they go into a full team fight, I'll give some advantage over to Ucan HKA.
Yeah. And the thing about it, I would want to say is the team fight potential is actually in favor of SF5 because HK is mostly a poke composition. They do have the Nidalee and the Corki, so the longer they have withering the opponents down, the better chance they have at winning the team fight.
Right, but HK.
Wow, there you go. Spears, bombs, and more spears coming in.
And
wow! Look at that damage.
High heel to the crotch, man.
Caitlyn has an interesting crotch.
And now it going in with the death sentence and the box as well as the Electros wanting to lock him down, and they do take out Pasa in the process. Will perhaps go down. He does go down, and now it's the only member left is Angor. It does look like SF5 will go for the ace here. Will they go march down into the mid lane? It does look like they have all the time to do so. 30 seconds to the nearest respawn timer. It is their chance to go for an objective now.
And while this team push, we might want to see a replay reel of the previous team fight.
Right, we will wait for the replay to... Hopefully we do see a replay of what happened, and you know, great team fight coming in from SF5. So you kind of called it in a sense that they go for the team fight and then they came up with it. Yep. And this is their time to stop right now.
But I'm surprised. The thing is, SF5 got poked down a lot.
Yeah.
But despite that, they still were able to win. It just comes to show that SF5 has cleaned up their team fight ability, and they will be rewarded an inhibitor for that. They aren't gonna take it out.
Oh, a little burpee
yeah.
moment for them there. So Stalkon with the finishing touches with style.
Yeah.
To the mid lane. So with that, you know, everything is kind of back to square one again. You know, both teams having their mid inhibitor down.
Square one plus one for SF5 because they do have the inhibitor and HKA does not.
Yeah.
Here we are into the team fight.
There we go.
Yep.
So
you can see HKA here pushing. They are taking a lot of damage coming in. Mr. Q is very, very low when the team fights that pass out here. This is the crux of the battle. He got caught out, burst down instantly. No damage coming in. All he had to do was flash, but that did not save his life. Fly was one man fighting four people, but even tanky Jarvan could not handle that. Perhaps, despite being a support, does not have any damage. He can't pull out the damage that Nidali is able to pull off. Mr. Q using his ultimate a little bit too late. Gonna get CC'd until he gets destroyed. And God, interestingly, despite seeing all his teammates going down, is gonna fly in. So overall, a very, very bad play there coming in from HKA. Especially Angod, I'm surprised he actually went back in. If he did survive that, he might be able to turtle out the push coming in.
I guess in the sense they didn't really respond fast enough to what happened to Pasa.
Yeah.
Because if they were able to do that, then the fight could have went differently.
Yeah, he wouldn't take so much damage.
Yeah, and the thing about SF5 is that Goldie has reached a stage where he's pretty much quite tanky, and because that he was able to stay in the fight long enough to disrupt the entire lines of HKA there, and because of that, TQ was not you know, in a position where he needs to peel for Augustus there. So he could, TQ was not in the position where he needed to go into the fight, so he could just peel for Augustus, and because of that, he was able to take out 5, was, you know, just sticking onto Augustus, and yeah, because of that, SF5 came up ahead.
Yeah, just letting the ADC deal all the damage that he needs to. He does have the Last Whisper, Bloodthirsters, and Phantom Dancers already, so that's a lot of damage coming in from the ADC. And all they need to do is keep the Caitlyn alive while Zac stands in the backline and just blocks off all the damage coming in from God.
Right, that's right. And you know, it does look like Augustus has the Quicksilver Sash completed as well, so he will be able to kind of
I think it's
negate away the Terrify. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the fear is, I think it's unnecessary because I think by the time Fiddles actually reaches Caitlyn, he would have died already.
Never underestimate the fear though, it could change games.
Yeah, true.
So I guess that's an insurance, you know, a safety buy, you want to call it.
Yep, everyone loves their insurance. And they are gonna take...
Falcon actually taking a lot of damage. It is the Q for Mr. Q to go into that, but A actually locking everyone into place with the box. Goldie now taking a ton of damage. He does go down and he does get chased into that bomb. Now Augustus in a world of trouble, and God now chasing onto Augustus, and with 5 finishing off there. So this time around it's gonna be HK that comes up on top of this one. 3-1. It does look like Pasa would want to chase onto TQ there. The javelin is not quite landing though, so they continue to go for the chase there. Now Mr. Q joining Pasa as well. And then javelin just accurately predicting where TQ was going, and that was one more kill secured for him. So
what a spear from Nidalee, and they are gonna go for the Baron in exchange for that. Wonderful team fight.
Look at the super minions, man. Just chasing off the angle there. No worries, Master, I will do it for you.
Yeah. I shall prevent Baron.
So this time around, the Baron is not in stealth mode. But nevertheless, one more uncontested Baron for HKA here.
Easy mode kill for HKA. They once again do have the Baron advantage. But don't forget the previous team fight, they had the Baron as well and they still lost it.
Right, it could be just, you know, a blunder moment.
Yeah, I think they kind of screwed up that team fight. They didn't really put in their best efforts.
Yeah,
the engage was really messy. Shyvana didn't combo her engagement together with the Jarvan, and they didn't exactly have the front line needed to give the Corki time to burn down the Zac.
Okay, so it's going to be up to SF5 to replicate what they did in the mid lane earlier. Should they be able to catch out key members, vital members like Pasa, you know, in the death sentence, or even like a Cocoon, then they will be able to follow up onto that.
Yep.
Alright, so this time around it's going to be quite difficult to catch out Angor now, given the sense that he has their Banshee's build being completed. So, you know, they have to kind of burn their pick crowd control abilities like the death sentence or the Cocoon to, you know, just kind of pop that shield.
Yeah, definitely they need to destroy that Banshee's Veil is quite an annoying thing to deal with, especially when Corky is constantly in the backline dealing so much damage, and the thing is now Goni can't lock him down.
That's right. So this time, will we see a repeat of what happened a couple of minutes ago? Or will HKA learn their lesson and actually come up ahead of this?
Yeah, I actually think this time around HKA will come out ahead.
So we do have to
There's
see...
instincts telling me that, because they don't have the turret now. And spears will very, very easily rain down onto them.
So we do have to see what is SF5's response to this. It does look like, you know, they are just going...
Oh, there you go, the shield is down.
Right, but Mr. Q still not too concerned, being that tanky frontliner for them. And the explosive cast comes in onto that one. A quick burst of damage onto perhaps there, but the Terrify just keeps him alive off that one. Mr. Q now getting zoned out there, and Fire now jumping into the fray with the Flexor combo, but you know, it is at this point of time you can making full use of that Baron buff advantage.
And Fiddlesticks actually survived that. I have no idea how, but he managed to survive the entire onslaught.
Right, he was so close to going down, but the Terrify just slaved him in the nick of time. And Goni just, you know, he went in, you know, deep into enemy territory there, but the
seems like
he wasn't
Ucan
able to follow up. Yeah.
Seems like Ucan is just going to tank this turret up. Whether it's the right choice, I'm still not too sure, because 4 members of SF5 is still up. It might actually be the right choice here.
Oh, there we go.
They can actually rotate to the team fight. It's a 5v4 here. Zack is not in the fight, so that's one tank down. Augustus will get blown up very, very quickly. All the jumps onto her, makes her no way to escape. That 2Q here is now the second target of the eyes of Mystic Q and Phi, as they easily take down the Gragas. 2 carries down for the side of SF5. This is really looking grim.
Okay, so it all started when, you know, perhaps kind of made a small misplay. He was in a position where he got caught out by Augustus easily, but good, you know, call coming in from HK to just stick onto Augustus and take out the kill from him. And right now, perhaps this is the last defense for SF5 here, as we do see Goni going all in onto this 4 members of HKA now. But he will go down to pass out in the process, and got still pretty much alive. He will take, no, not yet, not just of yet, taking out Sarkang. But will he?
Oh, Sao Kang's regeneration is just gonna keep him out, and God is a tank this game. Look at the amount of damage he took, almost nothing.
Right, but it's not gonna matter anymore, as Ucan HKA stays undefeated.